Tunisia rolled out their DST. Yeah,
Wow.
their rate I think is about 3%, and it's operational.
Okay.
A host of countries are coming up with it. We are almost at par with Ghana, also doing DST. I know Tanzania and Uganda have started the discussion to bring on board DST.
Okay, so they'll be watching us.
Yeah, they are watching us.
Okay.
So we are the yardstick,
Okay.
in terms of what is to be implemented.
Hi, and welcome back to my channel and the conversation that you have many questions on. I printed them all, and that is digital services taxes. I'm the only person who makes actually taxes look pretty. I know they're not, but they're important. And joining me to have the conversation on the digital economy and digital service tax, DST as everybody calls it, is a gentleman who I feel bad. I'm the last person to meet you. I've seen you go everywhere. Hot 96, doing nini. Mimi je, akono baya. Nickson Omondi is a team lead for the digital economy at KRA.
Thank you.
I want us to debunk some myths before we get down to work.
Sure.
And I'm going to start with things that were said. I can't make up stories. Angalieni, hizi ni vitu mnaniandikianga. Ask KRA. Okay, so they started off with YouTube already takes 1.5.
True.
And then you're also going to take something. I don't know how to tell them YouTube does not tax them, so you tell them. Is that true?
YouTube doesn't tax you.
YouTube can't tax you.
They have no authority to tax you.
Thank you.
So what happens is YouTube pays their own 1.5% to KRA.
Yes.
And you also pay your fair share of 1.5%.
And I think the only thing YouTube takes from you is their commission. I think.
If they take any. Maybe you tell me as an
influencer.
Okay.
I actually don't know. I actually don't know, to be honest, but I do know it is not possible for YouTube to tax you.
Sure.
It isn't. So anybody who tells anybody that YouTube takes 1.5 and then now KRA wanachukua ingine tutaisha.
In fact, DST is not being collected by agents. So YouTube cannot collect the 1.5% on your behalf.
At all.
It is you to pay.
Can you hold on to that thought? Because I will come back to the method of DST.
Sure.
Another question I was told. The deadline, kuna watu walikuwa nasikiza, is the 20th. And they know that every month.
Sure.
YouTube pays on the 21st. Does that mean the deadline is past the payment date? We are Kenyans. No. We must find a way not to pay.
The deadline is the following month.
So when you're remitting ziloli lipwa.
Yes.
Yes.
The previous month.
The previous month.
Yes.
Yeah.
Between 1st and 20th.
There you go. After. So if YouTube indeed pays you on the 21st of February, on the 20th of March, you'll have remitted.
Very true.
What is due to Caesar.
Sure.
From February.
Sure. We're actually waiting for the remittance 6 days after Valentine.
Meribu mood kidogo. Kidogo tu. Now, for those paying digital service tax, are they also liable to pay minimum tax?
Yes.
Okay, explain.
Minimum tax applies to businesses who are not under turnover tax.
Okay.
Or pay as you earn.
Okay.
And others. So if your income is not within those exemptions, you're supposed to pay minimum tax.
Okay.
But as you pay the minimum tax, you'll be allowed to claim back the digital service tax that you have paid in advance.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. This one I thought you would have a good time answering it. Somebody said, actually, Hype West, that's what he calls himself, says most global digital platforms will simply cease operations in Kenya. This is bad.
Size West, it's called?
He's called Hype West.
Hype West. I don't think they'll move to the West. Taxes actually is not one of the main factors when people invest.
Oh.
Research shows it's the 11th factor.
Okay.
So there are many other factors, economic and macroeconomic, that, makes a company to invest in Kenya.
Okay.
So I'm sure they're not going to move away from Kenya. In any case, 1.5% is the most favorable in the world. The lowest. Why would they move from the lowest to the highest?
Surely.
So
and also, and actually, I must validate what you just said about the 11th. I mean, if you ask me, Caroline, when you're starting a digital, going online, why was I thinking about the taxes?
Did you even think about
By the way, that was not. It's just that,
3 years down the line.
The LPO comes and there's,
Kumbe kuna ushuru.
Kumbe kuna ushuru. Yes, but it wasn't actually foremost. And it's 1.5.
1.5.
Okay, so Hypewest, we've answered your question. Somebody else said, and this is very important, she's called Prima Studios. She says, I need to better understand. I'm doing a movie. I've paid licenses for it and also license to shoot it. Now, when I stream that movie, will I really get enough to pay KRA? Because she will stream the movie online.
If you are going to stream the movie online through your own channel, it's actually a digital service. It's a streaming service.
True.
The issue of enough or not now depends on how your expenditure and income now marries. Because DST is not about income versus expenditure. You charge it on the income. What you are going to receive.
Exactly.
What will happen at the end of the year when you file your return, you might realize you're in losses, especially for a startup. But remember, there's the issue of minimum tax.
Yes.
Then you'll be allowed to claim back the digital service tax that you paid. Of course, if you overpaid through the DST or other taxes like withholding, you claim your refund, and KRA pays your refund.
Mumesikia, Nickson Omondi say, and KRA pays your refund.
Sure.
Another question. Would this cause prices of online goods to rise? And if they rise, do they lose some of the value proposition that make customers actually go online rather than going to physical stores? I don't think so, but
I don't think so. Yes, I agree with you, Carol.
Yes, I don't think so.
I don't think we are going back to the brick and mortar.
No.
It is onward digital.
I love that.
Yes.
Onward digital.
Yes. So what will happen is the 1.5% for residents, those who have local presence, is actually an advance tax. It is not an additional tax.
There you go.
Because you pay, then when you file your final return, you claim it back. Why would the prices increase?
Actually, why?
It will be unfair to increase prices because of that.
No, sure. There's no reason whatsoever. And I think this is my last one. This person says they're curious about the learning management service platforms, online courses.
Okay.
He says, when I, as a course creator, host a paid course, remember? So he'll create a course. When you and I log on, we pay him, I don't know, 50 shillings.
Correct.
Okay. Both myself and the hosting company, will we both pay DST?
Yes.
Good.
When you're doing online teaching or online courses, you as the offeror,
yes,
you are offering actually digital online courses.
Yes, you are.
So pay yours.
Yes.
When you pay the platform, they're also offering a platform, a digital marketplace. They'll also, take care of their 1.5% on what you pay them.
All right.
Yes.
I get that. And I hope I answered that question. Now, there were things that I felt was important for us to clarify about the method of.
Okay.
So, 6 days after Valentine's. Hey,
enjoy first.
Enjoy, and then you pay.
Yes.
For we who are in Kenya,
sure.
This is something we just do online.
True. Actually, for those who are residents, let me use simple language, locals.
Yes.
You do a payment return. You already have a PIN. So you don't get a new PIN for DST. You don't add an obligation on your profile. Okay. What you do, just go to the iTax page. You'll see payments profile. Get there, choose income tax. You'll then find a drop-down menu for DST. Then it will take you to how much. Then the rate is also already input, so it will simply calculate how much, and then you generate a payment receipt number. And then we go. It's even easier now. If you have M-Pesa, pay bill 572. What? Yes. Even that I did not know. Yes. KRA has a pay bill number. Yes. 572. And I guess. And then the PRN number is the account. Okay. Yes. Then you get to pay your tax. And it's done. You're done. On the 20th. It will reflect on your ledger and you can always verify. Fantastic. Yes. It's literally not complicated. No. The only people who have to register is anybody who's not local. Those who are not here. So take us through that. They'll go to our iTax page under registration. There's a profile. Once you've clicked the registration, there's a question on do you offer digital services? If you do, then it will lead you to choose DST. And then you get a PIN. We call it a simplified registration framework. Okay. Minimal documents. The PIN certificate in the country you are registered, or now in other countries they call it the TIN.
Yes.
The tax identification number, and also the registration certificate for the company. If it's a company, you upload the two documents, fill in few other details like the address and the contact person and the email address of the contact person, you get your PIN.
Simple.
Now with the PIN, also you do the same way you do as a resident. Go to payments, then you follow the same direction. You are done.
I think the only, and this had come up in a few comments and questions, and I wanted us to talk about it, because I would be amiss also not to be honest that I have always taken an interest in this part, in Kerry, because Kerry also took an interest in me a few years ago.
No, Kerry has interest in everyone.
No, I'm just saying, I remember the first time I got a phone call about iTax.
Oh, yeah.
I was one of those people who was nervous. I was like, Sasa, Hiki, too. You know, we were used to papers.
True.
And the long lines at Times Towers, you know, and brokers. Now, nani.
Sana.
So, I remember the first time I did my returns. Let's get your P9 and go for it, huh?
Sure.
Of course, I learned the hard way. Kerry does not recognize Safari as an engine. Please go use what everybody uses.
Use Mozilla or Chrome.
Chrome, yes.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking, okay, that's interesting.
Sure.
It's done.
Sure.
It wasn't painful. And the reason I'm asking you this is that, strange as this might sound, and I'm allowed to be honest, is that somebody said, this is happening around the world. In fact, Kenya is only coming on board so late. Digital tax is real for the rest of the world.
Yeah, sure.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to give Nickson a chance to say, and we are here. In Africa, to be honest, how many countries would you say, truthfully, have been able to roll this out? Okay,
I know Tunisia rolled out their DST. Yeah,
wow.
The rate I think is about 3%, and it's operational.
Okay.
A host of countries are coming up with it. We are almost at par with Ghana, also doing DST. I know Tanzania and Uganda have started the discussion to bring on board DST.
Okay, so they'll be watching us.
Yeah, they are watching us.
Okay.
So we are the yardstick.
Okay.
In terms of what is to be implemented. And many other countries are doing it because it's not just a conversation in OECD.
No.
It's also a conversation within ATAF. So the African Tax Forum canvasses African tax issues. Because, most of these tax rules were borrowed from the predecessor organizations in Europe and the US.
All right.
So they try to domesticate them to suit the African economy.
Thank you.
And how we,
and how we operate.
How we operate. So it's a conversation within ETAF.
Okay.
They even have models on how DST can be implemented. So sooner or later we'll see a host of other countries maybe asking for assistance.
There's something, when I said your title, I realized we have a small opportunity here to also tell people the truth.
Yes.
Because Nickson Omondi is a team lead digital economy. And the truth is, that time it was a buzzword?
Sure.
A digital economy.
Digital.
It is here.
It is.
And it is our future.
True.
I mean, when from where you sit, I should have asked you, what did you study? Degree Ngapi, meaning the name is Omondi. But the truth is, even if you were to plot the trajectory of business over the last 5 years, over the last 10, there has been a definite shift.
It is paradigm shift.
And a lot of us try to deny it because we're waiting for days of long ago.
And it's not waiting for you. You'll simply find yourself, the trend went.
It went, and now you have to catch up. A digital economy is real.
It's real. How many people nowadays walk to shops to fill in their baskets, and push around the trolley?
I mean, I guess we should have known the minute we were able to send our mother's money on this thing.
Very true.
We should have known something was going to change.
And thanks to the telcos.
Yes. The telcos took us there.
And a few months ago, I was conversing with a friend from South Africa, and they're wondering how cheap our bundles are.
Oh, really?
That has really pushed digitalization in Kenya. Yes. We read our news online and we read our newspapers online.
We do.
Yes.
Indio kusema.
Kwisha.
Yes. Nikipata alafu na kuforwardia.
How many alerts do you find in a day? Several.
And the beautiful thing about this conversation, kuna mtu ataenda atachop alafu anasema hapa, and then they will WhatsApp it to all their friends. Huyo jamaa anaitwa Nickson alikuwa na Caroline amesema. Isn't that what we do now?
True.
And that's what's going to happen.
True.
Yes. And for me, the reason I'm happy finally you made it to me is that I was like, Allah, until you come here, and then they'll say, apana, ukuangalia hiyo YouTube ya Caroline na Nickson wakeare walisema. It is here. In fact, they'll take that little place where you say you go to the iTax portal.
Correct.
Hapo tu ndio watakata. Like the rest of what we said was not important.
People are also entitled to their opinions.
True.
And we accept.
Yes, we do.
But at least publicity is done.
It is done.
And I also wanted to add, in case you are trying to register and you have challenges,
Yes.
we have a guide in our website.
Okay.
You can just Google, it will take you to that.
Okay.
Nowadays, you only Google whatever you want, you have it.
You have it.
Yes, there's a user guide for DST. Just Google user guide
There's
for
a
DST.
user guide for DST.
Yes, yes.
Okay, even I didn't know, and it is my job to tell you. But that's why Nickson came. So there's a user guide. So if you think ikitu inaendanga aje.
Yes.
And remember, we've been told enjoy Valentine's, and then
On the 20th, latest, please pay.
Haya, angalia you latest.
Yes.
There's a deadline.
It is by,
Midnight on the 20th.
Yes. The good thing, in fact, the good thing with digitalization
Is that really?
the olden days, when the law said it by 20th, it was by 20th, I think 6th.
6
Not even
business
6.
hours.
It
5.
was when the bank closes. Nowadays, you can do your transactions online. So digitalization has added some 6
few hours.
Not even 6, 10. Because banks used to close at 3.
But the digital economy is here.
It is here.
It's real.
Yes.
This we don't wish away.
No.
We start working
and it's here
with
to
it.
stay.
It's here to stay.
Yes.
Mumesikia, please go Google, and you can also get the playbook. I call it a playbook. And 20th, niko na nyinyi. Tawakumbusha? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen.
All right.
Pleasure.
Subscribe.